Welcome. I'm Alice Alicia Jones, and I think I kind of jumped the gun today. I was supposed to start at 12 noon, and it's 11:58. So I apologize. I'll try to do a filler until 12 noon. I'll try to do a filler for 2 minutes. I really have had some very interesting healing sessions recently, and but most importantly, the thing that has struck me the most in these last couple days is how prevalent my guides are to help me with the people that cross my path, with the people that come to me for healing. I can sense the energy of every single being that comes into my sphere to help with what it is that I'm being asked to do. Because there have been a couple times where I kept thinking, can I do that? Can I do that? Whether I know the personal circumstances of the person or whether I don't know the circumstances of the person, it makes no difference. My guides are always there, willing to assist in the healing that the person needs. And sometimes that healing even starts before I see them. It might start the night before, where I might be given suggestions or mantras or some type of advice for how to tackle the problem. Today's session, and I think it still says 11:58. Now that's interesting. Um, I thought it said 11:58 2 minutes ago, but anyway, the today's session is going to be on living consciously and on living in the now. And like I've mentioned before, I absolutely never know what my guides want me to present. They usually tell me the morning of the presentation what I'm supposed to bring forward. So I really thank all of you who have taken the time from your busy day to watch this. It is on YouTube, it's on Facebook Live, and then it gets posted to my website, www.alicia, ALICJA, Jones.com. Probably one of these days, I'm going to be looking to change it to turn it to alicejones.net or something like that. But for right now, it's going to stay aliciajones.com. There's a different energy in the name Alicia. That's my birth name. I was born in Poland, and that's the name that they gave me as a middle name, not even as a first name. My first name, some of you might notice occasionally you'll see an S in front of my name, and once in a while I'll get asked the question, what does that mean? And I have to tell them that stands for Stanisława, which is the feminine of Stanislaus. No direct translation except for maybe Stella, which is then becomes stellar or light, and the uh, the middle name Alice, Alicia, comes from Alice, which has its origin is Greek, and that translates into truth. So effectively, this these are the two paths that I have pursued in my life: light and truth. And those two paths are the ones that I feel frame, are the framework that I fit my life into. So I welcome you on this journey. I really appreciate you being there. I just looked at my uh, one from last week, and I guess I've had 1,400 views, which I'm thrilled that people are willing to share this and people find their way um, to this website or and to these programs because effectively my whole goal in life is to make your life easier. If I can say one thing that's going to make life easier for you, then I feel the time you've invested is worth it. Because effectively, we don't come with a list of instructions when we come to this planet. We're not given any way that we have that's guaranteed to make our path easy. And from all the clients that I see, I sometimes, up, well, not even sometimes, most of the time, I marvel at the journey, at the lesson, at the conflicts that people have agreed to accept and to clear out of their energy systems and still retain their humor, their goodwill, their kindness, their niceness. I just am just flabbergasted that I have the good fortune, no matter how wounded the people are that come to me, they leave with a sense of gratitude. They leave with a sense of just being thrilled that they have found some relief. And I offer these um, sessions every Friday so that more people can find a way to, I mean, because you can watch these at your leisure. You can watch them in the middle of the night. You can watch them in the middle of the morning. You can watch them during lunchtime. And one of my friends that follows me on other in other venues says, I share my lunch with you every Friday. So, anyway, okay, today's session is going to be about living in the now. And I absolutely do want to stress upon you how critical that is. Eckhart Tolle wrote a book, The Power of Now. He said, live in the now 800 different ways. And he's absolutely correct. Every single time he mentioned it, he found a different way to twist the words live in the now. Because if you stop to think about it and think very carefully, there is never any other time that you live except in the now. Every single second of your life is lived 1 second at a time, fully present in this moment. Anything that happened a second before is the past. So, effectively, what is the present? It was pre sent by you. It's a gift if you use it wisely. If you're pre-sending nothing but energies that have hurt you in the past, because that is what you're dwelling on, then what's happening to you? You are dragging the past into your present. You are then causing the past to become your present with every single memory that you drag forward. That becomes your present. So effectively, that's one of the pieces of advice that I give to all my clients because obviously they love to unload on what has happened to them. And many of them have had journeys that have been horrendous. So effectively, I will listen to whatever it is that they have to say to me, but then I tell them, you have to let that go. In order to heal, you have to let that go because the angst, the anger, the rage, the horrible vibrations that you feel towards whoever it was that harmed you or whatever it was that harmed you. All of those vibrations only hurt the vessel they are stored in, and that's your body. So, effectively, by you hanging on to any type of rage, any type of anger, any type of violence, or you repeating that violence to another person is only going to hurt you more. It's a hard fact to accept, but this is the best reason why I know you absolutely have to let it go. And so, effectively, like I said, you drag the past into the present, you make it your present because it reinforces all of those feelings. And again, this is where my book, Own Your Power, day by day, gives you a daily meditation, something positive to latch onto. It's upbeat, it's positive, it's totally directed by spirit, available on my website, AliciaJones.com, ALICJA. I do pay the taxes, I do pay the shipping and handling. So you are certainly welcome if you don't already have it to purchase one, and I will endorse it too because it comes obviously from the author. I'm the author. And okay, so we are going to continue though with living firmly anchored in the present. And by firmly anchoring in the present, what you have to do is you've got to be conscious of your words. You've got to be conscious of what it is that you're saying to yourself. Because the tape that you play in your head is absolutely critical as to how your day is going to evolve. Your words create. They create your reality. There are words that are a little bit more critical than others. The two that are the most important, I am. So just be super, super careful what you put beyond the words, I am. If you say things like, I am sick and tired of whatever, being sick and tired is just going to proliferate in your life. So, but in reading the I Am Discourses by Saint Germain, because I truly am wanting to indoctrinate myself on having the I am presence in my life. And I feel by reading a page of Mary Magdalene's book, reading a page of I Am Discourses, reading a lesson from my book, reading a lesson from God Calling, reading a lesson from Jesus Calling, and reading a lesson from one of the Course in Miracles guidebooks. I set myself up on a daily basis to have the energy of the words that I want to have, not energy from other places, other things. I don't want that. And certainly not a lower energy. I want the highest energy possible. I want to be able to connect with God. I want to be able to connect with the highest beings of light, not any spirit that's in the neighborhood. There's thousands of them. They're all around. And but the highest beings of light, because it's with the highest beings of light that I want to work with when I am asked to help my fellow man. So effectively, um, one of the things that in reviewing for this class, one of the things that was brought to my attention was for you to completely focus on your words. Completely focus on but there's something else you have to focus on. Focus on the results of what you want, not on what has happened, not on what you're afraid will happen, but strictly on the results of what it is that you're after. Absolutely, completely, positively visualize that wonderful new job that you want, that wonderful new space that you want to live in. Somehow or other, that you're going to bring it from the ethers into the 3D for yourself because of your focus and your concentration. I once read a book, and I think this is called The Crystal Staircase. Not sure who the author was, but I think it was Aaron Klein. I'm not 100% certain, but anyway, where Jesus was claimed to have said, "You will bring into your sphere what you focus and concentrate on for 17 seconds without a break." And I thought, wow, 17 seconds. Try it. Time yourself. Set 17 seconds on your timer or set a minute on your timer and see how long you can concentrate on the one thought that it is that you're after. And in reading the I Am discourses and in reading Starseed Transmission, I read that at night by Archangel Raphael. I also ran across a passage yesterday that basically said it is not only the words I am that are important, it is also the word I. Even the word I creates. So effectively, watch how what I is, how you say it, in what context you say it. And the beautiful thing is that you can, in doing this for yourself, become acutely aware of how often your mind wanders. So the next time you sit down to eat, it's lunchtime right now, you might want to take a few minutes and concentrate just on your food. Concentrate only on the act of eating, nothing else. And in fact, my meditation instructor, Dr. James Green, who unfortunately has gone into spirit, but teaching meditation was his third career. And he taught us one of the 32 ways that he showed us how to meditate. He taught us to sit and take our food one bite at a time, but look at the spoon as it went down into the soup. Look at the spoon as it came up to our mouth. Be aware of what the soup felt like when it was in our mouth. Be aware of ourselves swallowing the soup. Put the soup down, the soup spoon down, and then take another bite. And when had us do a walking meditation outside, he asked us to pick up something, a leaf, a flower, anything that we wanted to kind of keep our focus and concentration on, and uh, just look at that as we were walking slowly and meditate on what we saw. Really look at that leaf. And it just so happened that I picked up a leaf that was mainly eaten by insects. And so I saw all the veining inside the leaf. And I marveled at how the insects were able to chew around the inside, the tiniest little holes of the veining, and how minuscule that veining was. And I kept that leaf until basically it turned to powder. And but I just kept that as a souvenir of this. But there is no greater place to be able to walk in meditation than when you walk in nature. And it doesn't matter if you're in your own backyard, but green, just have some green around you and just really look. It's springtime now. So in Virginia, I have seen so far crocuses and snowdrops. I have seen hellebore because that stays green and it will continue to bloom even throughout the winter. But I haven't seen my first daffodil yet. But when I saw my cluster of crocuses yesterday, I was like overjoyed because I hadn't seen them before. And maybe I didn't look hard enough because they were right in my own front yard. And so I think that tells me that I hadn't been outside in a while and everything. But when you are in a conversation, be in that conversation. Don't just make it a what I call what a monologue with an audience. Don't just wait for your turn to speak next, but really listen to what the other person has to say and really be there for them. And also, when you're working, be fully present at your job. I recently, because I still maintain a real estate license, I've had to take every 2 years, I have to take the licensing exam. No, I'm sorry, not the licensing exam, a continuing ed exam. And it bores the heck out of me. So I started to time every section. And I realized, oh my God, I'm spending 10 and 15 minutes sometimes on these small sections. That's all. And instead of becoming so fatigued from the boredom, because I was absolutely becoming fatigued from the boredom, I decided, okay, if I'm really that fatigued, go take a nap and then get back and approach that with a little bit of enthusiasm because that will give me the spark that I need inside of me. And it just flabbergasted me that each section was taking me 10 to 15 minutes. That's not a long time. There was only one section that took me over an hour. Well, no, actually two. That took me over an hour. But anyway, approach the work that you have with enthusiasm. And if you have no enthusiasm, get another job. Maybe now is not the world's best time to get another job, but now you can start looking. And and if you are still unemployed because something happened to your job, then you're going to have to ask your own guides, what is this teaching me? Why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? What am I supposed to go? Your ego may be leading you in one direction, but maybe that's not the best choice for you. Maybe your higher self has determined that you are to be in a different direction. So, effectively, please ask your own guides, and I guarantee you, you will get an answer. You will get an answer because spirit talks to us every minute of every day, but in a very, very quiet voice. So we tend to not pay attention as as quickly as we pay attention to our ego voice because our ego is loud, it's brash, it's shrill, and it's always there. It's always leading us like a ring in our nose. So let's see if there's anything else. Leave time for play. Leave time for relaxation. Leave time to do the things, something for yourself that's important to you. It doesn't matter how busy you are. If taking a deep breath at the end of an hour is the only thing that you can do, take 3 deep breaths and really bring the energy of the breath through your body. Circle it around yourself. See it go under your feet and come in. This will connect you with God's energy. Under your feet will connect you with earth energy. So by bringing that breath, crossing it in your heart, seeing its circle around you in the sign of the infinity and going down to the earth is a quick, very quick pick me up. Very, very quick. And when don't begrudge yourself the time you need to take to relax. If a 15-minute nap or a half hour nap in the middle of the afternoon is a good pick me up for you, do it. Do it. Just don't feel like, "Oh, I can't do that. What would the neighbors think? Or what would my colleagues think? Or what would whatever." Sometimes it means just go to your car and lay down on the back seat and set your phone. I know every time that I lay down for a nap, I tell my guides exactly how long I want to sleep, and then I'm always awakened just before that the timer goes off. They never cease to amaze me. They always wake me just before the time, and I'm fully refreshed. So, and there was a time where I would think taking a nap in the middle of the afternoon was heresy. That just absolutely wasn't going to happen. But resting when you go to bed at night, make sure that you have at least moved your body. If you've done nothing but sit all day, you might not feel very tired and may not feel like you want to go to sleep. So move yourself, move your body into a just do something, some type of physical movement that makes you happy. And like I said before, walking in nature, nothing better than that. So I thank you for watching. It's the roughly 24 minutes. I guess I had about 26 minutes on this. I am going to see you next week, Friday, on the I think at 1 o'clock. I'm pretty sure that's going to be at 1 o'clock. Thank you, and welcome. I'm Alice Alicia Jones, and I think I kind of jumped the gun today. I was supposed to start at 12 noon, and it's 11:58. So I apologize. I'll try to do a filler until 12 noon. I'll try to do a filler for 2 minutes. I really have had some very interesting healing sessions recently.